Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a Russian arcade game, and this is called Konek Gorbunok. And this was created by Terminal in 1988, and it is based on an old Russian fairy tale translated into The Little Humpbacked Horse, and it was created into a film in 1947 and 1977. And the story basically goes is this old man has three sons. Two are considered smart, but they're really lazy, and one is considered a fool, but he's smarter than his other brothers, and he's named Ivan, and he's the hero of the story. Ivan meets this magical flying horse that gives him two black horses and a humpback horse, which is the humpback horse of the title. The Tsar of Russia commands Ivan to catch a firebird and then a maiden for him. The maiden doesn't want to marry the king because he's old and not handsome, and she suggests that he bathe in boiling water, milk, and freezing water in order to turn young and handsome, and the Tsar wants Ivan to test it and forces him to, and the humpback horse is magical, and it makes the water safe for Ivan to jump in, and he does jump in, and he becomes young and handsome and runs off with the maiden, and then the Tsar tries to do the same, but the magic is worn off, and he burns to death in the hot water. But the movie, the animated movie, is really quite awesome. It's pretty good for its time. But this follows the movie to some degree. The game itself is like Pitfall or Hunchback. It's a number of fixed screens in which you have to pass certain obstacles, and you see the maiden there, and you are Ivan in this game riding on the humpback horse, Konek Gorbunok. But this is the terrible game. It's got very simplistic sound effects, crappy controls, and just not a good game at all. But we'll go ahead and get started. There is the Tsar, and the wizard guy on that screen, and there is like his vizier or chamberman or something. And here you can inch forward by pressing forward on the joystick a little bit at a time, or you can back up by pressing back on the joystick. You don't want to touch those. You have to jump over them right. And to jump, you press up, and you'll leap forward. You can duck by pressing down. But yeah, the sound effects are crappy. Obviously, this is Russian only. You've seen all the Russian text. But just various things you have to jump over or watch out for. Touch anything, you die, you lose a life. And now here, you utilize your attack button, and your attack has such ridiculously short range, it's so awful. And you have to beat that dog enough, and you carry this, I think that's the phoenix that you carry home, or carry back to the Tsar, and now he wants you to collect treasure. I don't remember that being in the story or in the movie, but I guess you have to collect treasure this time. But yeah, the vizier or the chamberman or whatever of the Tsar is evil, and it hates you, wants bad things to befall you. And now here we jump across these fountains here. But yeah, you just pass through a number of fixed screens to pass obstacles, and when you've passed enough screens, then you'll collect something to bring back to the Tsar. And here you take that treasure from the cart. You have to kill that guy that's pulling them. And again, you can use the action button to swing like a club or something that has like no range. And now the next thing you have to get is that maiden. and you have to go into that castle, and you have to duck or jump over the fireballs from that dragon, and then you have to kill them. But you have to get right up to them, and the chances of them killing you is quite high. And now we have to make our way to those elevators that take us down, or those platforms. Then we go to the next section of the castle. The castle is the last area, and there's a number of rooms you have to go through to get to the end and rescue the maiden. And killing that dragon is pretty much impossible unless you want to lose a life. You have to get up so close, and by the time you're ready to swing your club, he's going to breathe a fireball at you and kill you. And then the same thing with this guy. Whoops, I got knocked backward. Yeah, this game is technically flawed, especially in this castle. Even if you, back up a little tiny bit while you're on the platform, you can easily, fall off or fall through it and die. We'll just wait until it comes back down. But yeah, there will be a guy that shoots arrows at you too. And then there's this bird you're going to have to avoid. And then we teleport from one part of the castle through to another part of the castle. Yeah, this game's friggin' terrible. The animated movie from 1947 is actually quite good if you've never seen it. Definitely a classic in animation history. And then there's the Vizier. Crap. Nope. That's my game. But I'm going to scoot forward. I will show you snippets of the rest of the game. I was almost to the very end to rescue the maiden. And there is the next area after you kill the wizard. Just have to jump across to that platform and then jump onto that geyser. And it'll rise up and take you to the maiden, where you rescue her. And then you bring her back to the castle. And then for some reason, the vizier, or the chamberman, or whatever he's called to the Tsar, he will disappear, as will the Tsar. And I don't know why that happens. But like I said, the Tsar gets boiled in boiling water in the animated film. And the vizier gets dropped down a well to his death, I guess. But it's a good film if you can ever find it. Good animated film. But that was Konek Gorbunok. And that's the ending scene of the game. That is Konek Gorbunok by Terminal in 1988, and this was suggested by YouTube user QUUHOD. This is Crazy Climber 80s, and thanks for watching Konek Gorbunok by Terminal in 1988, Soviet arcade game. I will catch you later with another video in the near future. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.